So good to be with you again. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for religiously following the time, 11 o'clock, the time to which we premiere our videos. For those of you who are able to make it, and for those of you who watch later, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for telling friends. It is because of that I continue to come up with meals that we can make at home. Special thanks go out to our Nigerian family. I didn't know we would cross over to Nigeria. Thank you, Nigerian viewers. Thank you so much, Indian viewers. Yes, I can see you on the board. Thank you so much, Kenyan viewers. The numbers have gone up, and our new viewers in America. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, viewers in UK. Though you don't show yet on the board, a lot of more effort is needed to get you showing on the board. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much also to Alexa and San, Anderson Luze. You guys are amazing. Thank you. And thank you to our old subscribers, old viewers. Thank you for telling friends. Today, I was thinking we would make sausage stew. I bet many of you didn't know you can make a sauce out of sausages. But today I'm going to show you how to make sauce out of sausages. So if you find yourself at home and all you have are sausages and you don't want to have fries, but that's all you have in the house plus vegetables, well, today we are going to learn how to put them together and make ourselves a nice sauce that can go well with matoke. For those of you who know it in Uganda, matoke is green banana or plantain for some. And for those of you who are in America, you can look it up in African markets or African shops. Matoke is there. It can go very well with mashed potatoes. It can go very well with rice, millet bread, or cornbread, or kaunga or ugali for some in Kenya. It can go very well with just about anything really that you'd want to have as food, cassava or sweet potatoes or potatoes. Basically, this is one of those sauces you can have, and it gives you the feel of you've eaten meat even when it was in sausages. So what I'm doing now is cutting up my vegetables, but before we do that, we are going to cut up our sausages so that they are ready for frying. What we are going to use after, I'm going to show you, but let's cut up our sausages so that they fry and cool before we introduce them to the rest of the ingredients. Remember, our sausages are the main ingredient. You don't have to have many to make this sauce. All you need is some sausages. Like I said, it depends on your servings. If you find yourself with many people at home and all you have is sausages, these are good to go. You can still whip up a meal with them. Now I'm using my scissors. These are the ones that help me around the kitchen when I don't have help. I find them quick. You can do the same if you happen to have a pair of scissors. They would come in handy. Now, after cutting up my sausages, I'm going to heat up my pan and get frying. Turn on my pan on heat and let it first warm up before I put my sausages. I just want them to brown and be more together. I don't want them ready because they will have their time to get ready. But for now, I just want them to be cooked halfway so that they are easy to cut through. I have put on my oil. I don't want my sausages to split, I only want those ones which are already split to be split, but I don't want more to split up. So I put my sausages. Remember, I'm just cooking them halfway so that they are easy for me to cut up. It doesn't matter the number of sausages you have, you can still whip up some good sauce. It's the things that you can do to your sausages that will give you a good sauce. And also it depends on your servings. If your servings are few, you don't have to make so many sausages. But if there are many, you could use some more because you want your sauce to have enough of sausages. Now I'm trying to flip my sausages so that they get to have the experience of oil at the same time, even for those that I put on the edges. Now, remember we are just getting them halfway there so that they are easy to cut when we are using them to make the sauce. Special shouts go out to Sam Mutawe, Mike Mutiawa. Thank you so much, Nicholas Kauka. Thank you for subscribing. Bajenyi Inenteve. Richard, thank you so much for subscribing and thank you for always viewing. You guys are wonderful. Now, I'm always coming up with easy meals because we want to be able to cook with just about anything that we have at home. You don't have to have much to eat like royalty or to have that exotic kind of meal at home. You know, the ones we normally get from restaurants? I mean, if we learn how to make them at home, we can always treat ourselves to this, even when we don't have that much money to go out. Especially the festive season where the pressure is on. People are posting what they've eaten, what they made at home. You can join the circle by also making up these lovely meals and serving them to your guests. Or even to yourself and taking those nice pictures and posting. It is fulfilling when we can be able to make meals that are nice at home. It's unbelievable that we make them ourselves. Now, as I'm cooking this, I'm also going to put on my rice so that by the time my sausages are ready, I can be able to serve rice with them. But feel free to have your sausages with just about anything. Now, as you can see, our sausages are halfway there. We have them at the right color and appearance is just super. They are not busted or anything, except for the ones that went in that way. Time to get them to cool so that we can work on our other ingredients. Sausages are cooling, as you can see them there. I'm going to need a bowl for my chopped up grated cabbage. I'm going to need a spatula to help me cook, and this is cornmeal, spring onions. I have some cabbage that I'm going to use to make my sauce a bit thicker and busy. Then I'm going to use some zucchini, carrots, tomatoes, some green pepper. As you can see, I don't have much, but I'm going to whip up a sausage meal. Now, my onions are in water. The secret to onions not disturbing your eyes is putting them in water. So my onions are in water, some salt, water. Here I have soy sauce that I'm going to use, Superior Dark, because I want my sausages to be visible. Some curry, chili, beef masala, turmeric, black pepper, and rosemary. Then my grated tomatoes and blended garlic and ginger. That's what we are going to work with. Now, as the sausages are cooling, I'll cut up my zucchini. I want all these in big chunks because I want them seen in my sausages. Because the sausages are bigger, I'm going big. So, this is how I'll chop the zucchini. And I'll put that on the side. Zucchini is best raw, but I'm going to use it today when it's cooked, so that my vegetables, my sausages have more ingredients in there. As you can see, my green pepper is also going to be sliced a bit bigger than normal, because I want my sausages to be balanced out. I'll do them one more time and that's it. Now, also I'll do the same to the carrots, the tomatoes. Remember, I have the blended tomatoes, so really I don't need much of these, but I'll use them anyway, because I want them visible in my sauce. Now, when it gets to the carrots, I'm going to go through them like this. I don't want them small. I want them visible. And because I don't have many, I'll just do another round out in them, and then that should do for me. Cooking, remember, is just being creative. Guys, I'm so happy the men are on board, because I can see them on the chat, on the board. Thank you, gentlemen, that are tuning in and subscribing, that are viewing. Before it was 100% women. Now I can see the gentlemen on board. Thank you for sparing the time, subscribing and watching, as we learn together how to make easy meals at home. Now, as you can see, I'm done with my vegetables. I'll chop up also my onions. If you soak them in water, they shouldn't act up so much to your eyes, because I don't know what happens, but the water just helps them not to go to your eyes so much. Because right now, as I'm cutting, there's nothing happening to my eyes. That means the water works. So in case you've been wondering, how do I reduce the pain that comes to my eyes when I'm working with onions? Just soak them in water and cut them up immediately after taking them out. My onions are done. Now, time for my cabbage. I'm just going to grate this one. Actually, I'll not use a grater. I'll just slice it up. You can use your knife and just cut big chunks, because if you go too thin, they won't be seen. So just use your knife and be careful. Cut them up like this, big chunks, because these will stay visible when you're cooking. But if you make them too small, they'll disappear. So because I want mine to be seen, I'm cutting them up this way. And as you have seen, I didn't have a big cabbage. It was just a small one. Now I've finished chopping up our cabbage. Time for me to use the scissors and do the magic with the sausages. See, because I have cooked them, it is easier for me to chop them up without them giving up on me. I mean, there's them splitting up and you're not able to use them. Or once they meet the water or the sauce, they just split. So once you've put them on fire, they should be able to easy for you to cut. Now these sausages, be very careful. They seem and look ready, but they are not. My kids disturb me on this one when they are around and they find them chopped up like this. They think it's good to eat, but now that they know, but I'm letting you guys know, and look out for people who may not know that they are not ready unless you cooked yours through. Mine were just halfway done. Now I'm done cutting up or chopping up my ingredients. So what is next is getting a clean pan and putting some little bit of oil, like maybe 3 spoons, because I'm using the whole packet of sausages. I'm using like about 24 sausages. If it will depend, if you are having just a few, just use a spoonful of oil. It should work for you. Now the first thing I put is my onions. I need to get that aroma out of them. And I mix them up, give them a few minutes, like 2, to get to know the oil very well. After that, I'll bring in my carrots. I don't want my onions brown. I want them colorful when I'm serving. So I'll put in these before the onions brown. And then I'll mix these up for maybe another 2 minutes. Remember, because the sausages are halfway there, the moment they start cooking and you see those bubbles, you just take off, because then your sausages will be ready. And you don't want to serve them when they are all squashed. Now after that, I'm going to add my cabbage. The tomatoes, like you can see, I'm adding tomatoes now, and then my grated tomatoes, my blended tomatoes. I use quite an amount of tomatoes because I want my sauce thick, and because of that, I will have to add in some sugar. The sugar will help break down the acidity in the tomatoes so that my sauce comes out nice and lovely. You let these get to know each other well, and then we introduce our cabbages. When we put in our cabbages, then we cover. Remember the big chunks that we cut? Yeah, they are these ones. Now I put them in and cover. This allows them to soften and also allows my vegetables to cook. Now time to check on our cabbage and all the other mix. They are looking good. I don't know if you can see it over there. Now time for me, see how the tomatoes have all squashed up? Time for me to put the greens. All my green. That is the cornmeal, the green pepper, spring onions and zucchini. I put them much later because I don't want them to be lost in the cooking. I want all the flavors still contained in there. I'll mix this up, put my spices, and then introduce the sausages. I don't want them squashed. As you can see, the vegetables are still all together. I can see my carrots. I don't know whether you can see them as well. Now time to bring in the spices. I'm putting my garlic and ginger. These were blended, so I'll put some salt. I will not say use this much because I don't know how many sausages you're working with, but based on what I'm cooking, I've used like half a spoonful. I'm going to add in some flour just to help thicken with the consistency. That is a teaspoonful. Then I'm putting in my black pepper, rosemary, the chili, the curry, so that everything gets to know each other. And then I'm going to add my sausages after mixing. Now, do you see how it looks? Time for me to test, see if my salt is good. If you're happy with your salt, that's good. But normally when you use flour, you don't need a lot. You just need a little bit of flour. I'm adding some salt. And then mixing before I add my sausages. See how this looks, guys? You didn't know you could use sausages for sauce. Now, time for me to bring in my sausages. Mix them up just a little bit and add soy sauce to my stew. Now, you go careful with salt if you're going to use soy sauce, because I'm using the Superior Dark and it's quite salty. So I just put in a teaspoonful of soy sauce. This will help with my sausages coloring. And I'll add in some water because I don't want to mix it a lot. Now this is like a cup of water, which should give me the sauce that I desire for my sausage sauce. You will be able to see all the colors from here. Now this will just sit for about 5 minutes. The moment it simmers, I'm done and taking it off. As you have seen, sausage sauce doesn't take long. Remember, I put on my rice as we were starting with the whole process of preparing sausages. Now my rice is also ready and good to serve. As you can see there, I don't know if you are able to see my rice. So by the time these ones simmer, my rice should be ready and I will be able to serve. So this kind of meal can be made in the same time, about tops 20 minutes. So if you find yourself busy and limited with resources, this is one meal you can whip up at home quickly and serve. So we'll give this about, I'll cover and give it about 5 minutes. Then we will open and serve our sauce. it should be ready by then. Now time to check on our sausage sauce, see how it's doing. This is just it. We said 5 minutes and my 5 minutes are up, so I'll take off the heat. You can let it sit for about 2 minutes as the ingredients settle in there, and then you serve. You see how it looks? I don't know what kind of picture you're getting, but mine is just lovely. I see the green, I see the yellow, the orange, everything. So now time for me to plate my food, and I'll show you. My rice is also ready, just ready to serve. I've made myself that rice, brown rice, but you can have it with white rice. I'll show you in the future videos how to make rice, vegetable rice or rice at home. But for now, we are going to serve. Now guys, I've plated my food and this is how it would look. My sausage sauce with rice. See how it looks? There is no way you would serve this and your people are not happy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for telling friends. See you next time and God bless. Enjoy.